today, but I know AP Bio has a big lab, so keep your announcements kind of short.
So just two quick announcements. This Friday at 2:45, the boys tennis coach will be here to meet the team. The meeting will take place in either room 4 or room 1, whichever one is vacant at that particular time of day. In addition, that being said, reminder, if you're planning on playing a spring sport, don't just assume that you're magically on the team. You need to sign up either on the York webpage, and you can put in the search Spring Health and Fit, or Spring Sports signups, and you can call it up that way, or on Haiku. But we need you to be registered for the class, the sport, so we know who the heck is doing various things. As far as the tennis goes, after the meeting on Friday, the tennis shuttle to Siamasal will begin on Monday, February 9th. So that's boys tennis, meet the coach on Friday, tennis shuttle on Monday. Thank you.
Feel secure when they're in a familiar place, warm and dry, surrounded by their friends. It's quite different being stranded in the mountains during a thunderstorm with rain and hail. I found out how that felt 2 summers ago on a backpacking trip. My group was tired from the hike the day before. We all woke up late, took our time making breakfast. The weather had been very strange. It had been sunny, cloudy and windy. It had sprinkled and it had hailed all on the same day. We'd been camping at 10,000 feet for several days and had experienced a lot of this type of weather. The day that I woke up, we decided to go fishing. So we took our time making breakfast, we packed up our gear, and we headed up to the lake. The hike to the lake was only 2 miles, but it was pretty difficult because of all the boulders and fallen logs across the trail. It took us quite a while to get there. By the time we got there, we weren't even sure what the weather was going to be. There was a forest fire about 20 miles away from where our group was camped, and while it wasn't a direct threat to us, the smoke filled the sky and blotted out the sun with an orange haze. It made everything smell smoky. Smoke. So by the time we got to the lake, the weather could have been changing and we would have had no idea because of the smoke blocking out all the clouds. So we were not very prepared and didn't bring rain jackets because we assumed it would be clear. So most of my group dropped their stuff around an umbrella-shaped tree, and everybody drifted around the lake to find their own fishing spot. I found a spot on the very far side of the lake, away from most of my group. After about 20 minutes of fishing, and the rest of the group seemed kind of disorganized. I wasn't exactly sure what they were going to do. Everybody was doing their own thing. At that point, the thunder started. Then the rain started. Then the hail started. Then the lightning started. I realized that I didn't have a raincoat, so I had to get out of the rain because I didn't want to be soaked on a camping trip. So the rock I chose as my shelter was about the size of a table and lodged into the side of the hill. So I grabbed my pack and my fishing gear and I crawled underneath. It was a pretty cramped position. I was sitting there with my knees against my chest, sitting on my pack, hoping the storm would be up soon. But then the hail started to increase in size. It went from BBs to Ps to paintballs. It got bigger and bigger, and the thunder got louder and more frequent. Eventually the storm was so loud, I tried yelling out to my group, but I couldn't even hear myself. Because the lake was at the bottom of a granite bowl, so not only is thunder loud, but it also echoes around. It got louder and louder until I was totally deafened. And then I started freaking out because I didn't see where my group went. Everybody had disappeared. So I sat there for about 3 hours, waiting and waiting. Eventually the rain stopped, the rain got lighter and lighter, and when it had slowed to a trickle, I realized now was my moment. So I grabbed my pack and I ran around the lake and I sprinted the 2 miles all the way, jumping over all the logs. I sprinted all the way back to camp. When I got to camp, my group was there. They forgot me. They didn't realize that I existed. And in the middle of a hailstorm, they went back to camp. So I got there, and after yelling at everyone, and they yelled at me for not following them home, we all became friends again, played a game of cards, eating hailstones dipped in cocoa mix. That was pretty good. I changed a little bit during that storm. I wasn't traumatized. I didn't go on a journey of self-discovery. I simply gained a greater appreciation for the power of nature.
So Spanish Club is having their first meeting today in room 2 at 11:35. So all Spanish levels are welcome, so please be there. Thank you.
Girls soccer has a game today against Trinity at CSUMB.
So be at the fans at 2 o'clock and ask your teachers to miss class.
Quiz Bowl is having another meeting today in room 3, so everyone who is in Quiz Bowl, please come, and it is, as always, never too late to join.
Boys soccer, we had a game against Anzar yesterday, and we won 1-0.
Also, give him a round of applause.
Our last home game is tomorrow at York at 3:30, so everyone come support if you can.
Just meeting today, we just need a head count of who will be participating.
Alright, one more announcement. Model UN, we have a meeting tomorrow. Be there or be square. And go to class.